If you ever had to direct or manage a team, you know that it can be a little tricky to get what you need done on time so that you can all go home on time. It's tough waiting for people to get the work done. So in this video, we're gonna share our top 3 tips when it comes to working with your team so you deliver your projects like a pro, on time. Okay, tip number 1, kick things off with a clear brief. What do I mean by that? Well, many times I've seen managers simply forward emails or pass on information from a client to the team. Kind of do this number right here. The problem is you haven't spent any time interpreting the information from the client and making it clear to the team what they're supposed to do with that information.
What do you want me to do?
So before you start any project, create a clear brief for your team. You want to just keep it down to 1 page. And this should include the goal of the project, the context of where it's going to be shown, and who it's intended for. You want to outline the creative parameters for the team to work within. And then you want to assign clear tasks for every member of the team so they have a clear role and they know what the heck they're doing. That way the information is clear, they know how to look at it, and then just pull the right insights that they need to do their job.
And this document lives wherever you keep the project files. Usually we'll pull something up in Notion or add a document to our Dropbox folder that has the actual project file in it. But the brief lives where the rest of the project files live.
Tip number 2, set expectations and get buy-in. What do I mean by this? Well, it's really easy to bark orders at your team. That's a bad way to give direction. First of all, if you approach it this way, you're gonna come off like a freaking asshole. Your coworkers are probably gonna hate you and you don't want that. The person you're giving direction to hasn't bought in. And you have no clue if this is too much or too little work for them to complete in the given time. Even worse, at the end of this, you might not even get the results that you were looking for. And that would be the worst.
If you have a team that's working for you, they're gonna wanna make you happy. And so if you tell them to get something done by Thursday, they're gonna say yes, even if they don't think that it's possible.
A better way to give direction is to set expectations clearly and leave room for the person receiving the direction to agree or tell you it's too much on their plate. When I assign tasks, generally I use this formula. Ben, by Thursday, I'm hoping to have 3 versions of this design to review. Does that sound manageable?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have any questions?
Not at all. Perfect team member.
So what I'm trying to do here is give Ben the space to say no, which I'm okay with hearing because to be honest, I'd rather have the transparency and have a better gauge of what it takes to get something done. This also gives Ben an opportunity to clarify or ask anything before we go off to the races and start making stuff. Alternatively, if you're not quite sure how long something might take, you might use this and say, Ben, I'd like to have 3 versions of this design to review. How long do you think that will take?
Probably a week.
Probably a week, okay.
This technique is awesome when you're managing people that do things that maybe you don't do. Like if I was managing a video team, I have no knowledge of how to make videos. So I'm gonna rely on their expertise and I'm gonna ask them how long they think something's gonna take.
With either approach, you'll have a better estimation of how long something might actually take. You'll have more transparency in your communication with your team, and the other person holds themselves accountable because they've bought in and agreed to it. Tip number 3, set an internal deadline with padding. If you have an external client or stakeholders and you need to present work to them from the team, sometimes you might find yourself up against the deadline.
You don't say.
It's the night before the presentation and you're up super late and waiting for the work to get done. The reason why you're waiting is because it wasn't quite right. You had to do some little adjustments to it or you needed to make it perfect before it goes out to the client. Let me know in the comments if this has ever happened to you at some point. So to deal with this situation, I recommend setting internal deadlines that are 1 to 2 days out before you have to post to the clients or stakeholders. For example, if something needed to be posted by Friday, I might set our internal deadline for Thursday morning. That way, as a manager, I have this buffer to review the work first with the team, make sure it's all good, give feedback if needed, and then course correct before it goes out to the client. That way, we're not here on Friday night, counting down the hours, waiting to make all these perfect little changes. Rather, we have that buffer, 24 to 48 hours of just breathing room in case things go wrong.
And if you are scheduling things to be delivered or posted on Fridays, I would suggest switching that to Mondays, because at the worst, you have the weekend to get things done if you need it.
So if these tips were helpful to you and you want a deep dive into this subject, check out our Practical Project Management course so you can gain more time for your projects, reduce the friction with your team and your clients, and plan your projects like a pro. I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of the video, Monday.com, a team management tool that connects people to processes and improves communication. Monday.com is suitable for any team size, from 2 freelancers working together to thousands collaborating across the globe. You can build a board from scratch or choose a selection of templates and tailor it to your team's workflow. With Monday.com, you can easily track the progress of your branding, web, or animation projects so you never miss a deadline. Save 10% off by using code FUTURE or by using the URL listed in the description below. If you have a question or found something particularly insightful, let us know by leaving us a timestamp comment below. Don't forget to check out the other project management videos linked here and down below as well. We'll see you guys in the future. That was fantastic.
Cool.
Without overtime too. That was fantastic.
We can cut that if it's not.
I'm sorry.